Oh, is it working? Okay, that should do it. Oh my, I feel like such a fucking idiot right now. I've been talking to the void for the last 5 minutes. Some weird loud music. Yo, fuck you, man. This is the music I wanted to listen to when I was starting up. Well, yeah, I want to listen to this music. I'm echoing? Oh shit, my bad, my bad. That's cool though. I didn't know I could echo myself like that. One sec, I got this. Okay, how about now? Is it good? I think it should be good. I didn't even know I could create an echo like that. Holy. Okay. Are we good? Are we good? Good. Okay, excellent. Yo, I'm sorry about that. That was unexpected. I don't know, man. I've been using OBS Studio to do these streams, and it's kind of like, now repeat everything you said for the last 5 minutes. Fuck. Okay, yeah, I'll have to. No wonder you guys weren't replying to me. I thought you guys were like Home 3 Watcher. I thought you were fire and forget, you know? I'm like, yeah, yeah. And then Meryl, I'm like, yo, what's up, buddy? Anyway, yo, let's start off like this. You said I spent all day with you yesterday and you never mentioned this. What is it that I didn't mention? And Marahome was saying, yo, hey man, it is good to see you. How have you been, good sir? I hope you've been fantastic. Really, I haven't seen you in like a month. The fact that you're here, I really do appreciate it. This is on such short notice, like just out of the blue, right? So, you know, if there would be a stream today, oh fuck. This is gonna be a really short stream, by the way, guys. I just wanted to give you guys like updates on kind of what's going on today. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys some brief updates on what's going on today. Yeah, like, anyway, I'm gonna get to that in a second, but I want to have a chance to catch up with you two first before I do that. So, good, I'm doing work, I don't have a lot of time either. Yeah, okay, so just like for those of you who are like listening in or lurking or whatever, yeah, I do apologize. It's been, these last couple weeks, last couple months have been a ride. With the restrictions kind of lifted, I've been out and about quite a bit, just enjoying myself, and I really haven't spent a lot of time indoors, and I haven't really had too much time to stream. Now, I want to show you guys this real quick. As you guys know, at the beginning of the season, I actually ran a Paladin and also a Barbarian. And as you guys can see, my Paladin is actually level 87 right now, going on 88. So I've actually been playing on and off a bit when I'm not streaming, because, like, you know, to be honest with you guys, like today's stream is gonna be like a very, very short stream, like probably not even a half hour, maybe a little over a half hour. But I just wanted to kind of like drop in and give you guys an update on kind of everything that's going on. But anyway, the thing about this Hammerdin is this is my off-stream character, and I've actually think that this is one of the best decisions I've made in a while, where I actually made a side character that I can play off-stream, because I haven't had many time slots to really stream for you guys in the last couple weeks. But, you know, I've had that, like, itch to play Diablo 2, maybe, like, while I'm, like, on a call with, friends, or, like, when I'm, like, just, chilling, watching something on YouTube, or, like, a show, or, like, a movie, or whatever the fuck, right? It's really nice just having Diablo 2 in the background and just farming while I watch, like, I think one of my favorite examples, I don't know if you guys have heard this show lately, Sandman, I must say, it's, fucking amazing show. Really, really good show. I'd vouch for it. Well, yeah, I would say that it's definitely worth watching. It takes a while to ramp up to it, the first episode, like, it took a while, but it kind of grew on me. Yeah, like, it's just nice having a game that I can play while I watch shows and not have to necessarily be tied to, like, showing all of my progress on stream. And that's not a knock on you guys. Like, I enjoy hanging out and spending time with you guys, of course. It's just that, man, it's just nice to, like, sit down and be able to farm and not have, well, and actually be able to, like, focus on whatever it is I'm watching while I mindlessly farm. Heldritch, I've actually, you know, Heldritched myself all the way to, like, level 85, 86. And I think from 86 to 87, I've just been farming random. No, actually, I think I held rich myself all the way to 87. I got a lot of this XP though from 87 to 88 by experimenting with this Hammerdin, actually trying out different areas that. And I've died a few times too, but I wanted to experiment and try a lot of just random different areas. Weird looking Barb IMO. Yeah, I was about to get to that in a second. I just wanted to kind of tour you guys through kind of what I've been up to lately, at least when it comes to D2 related stuff. So yeah, I'll show you guys my gear for my Hammerdin a little later. That's going to be the second half of my stream, but I was just showcasing that this is the character I've been working on a lot on my spare time. Yeah, whenever I get a second to do it. So that's my Hammerdin. So now let's go back to the other you know, guy that you guys are probably wondering about, and that is this guy, the barbarian. As you guys know, I began a race with Marlies and Incendies a couple weeks ago, well, months ago actually. We talked about it. We said we were gonna rock some Barbs, and then I got my guy up to like level 73, and yeah, like unfortunately, it looks like I talked to them about this. Marlies, which is Raven Barb here, Incendies, which is Pristine Trash, and then Ko was also supposed to join us, but he, well, just unfortunate circumstances occurred, just bad timing. I think there was like a Rogers outage on the very day that he was in his stream, like weird life coincidence. So yeah, so basically, now that we said that we were going to, when the ladder started, we were going to give it 10 days, and after 10 days we would see who had the best barbarian. But then I think I told you guys, yeah, on that day I'll stream for you guys if or when other people actually get their barbs in order. But they didn't actually have well, I mean, as you can see, they weren't able to work on their barbarians. They just didn't have the time to do it. So we actually extended it. We actually extended it to August the 1st, like in our Discord chat. And I was hoping that by giving like an extra 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that maybe the barbarians would be you know, that there would be some progress, or that they'd be able to get their guys up and going. But unfortunately, as it turns out, they actually weren't able to do that after all. So really, my barbarian actually wins by default. Yeah, no, seriously, like I wish I could say otherwise, but yeah, it was like I spoke to them about it, and they said straight up that yeah, we can't really put that much time into the game this season, unfortunately. So I win, which is one of the reasons why I haven't streamed. It's the fact that obviously it doesn't really make much sense for me to stream a barbarian showcase. By the way, for those of you who don't know what this barbarian is, this was a magic, rare and crafted only barbarian. And then of course, you can also have socketed gear as well. I don't really have any on hand, but you guys would know. No rune words, no set, no unique items. That was the rules. Or rather, those were the rules. And yeah, like, I made a throw barb. I got a chance to make this pretty fucking cool throw barb, and I'm gonna demonstrate it real quick, just so you guys can kind of see what this barb is capable of. But honestly, it held its own pretty well. Like for wait a second. How come the fucking? Okay, that was weird. Oh, you know what? I remember. I know what's going on. There we go. Okay, there you go. The reason why I'm not doing as much damage is because, or DPS, is because I didn't actually do the weapon switch glitch. There you go. It's been a while since I played this Barb, so it's taking a while for... It's all starting to come back. Okay, there we go. I took out the guy with the gnat, so maybe my Merc will actually be okay now. And yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even go over my Merc's gear. Oh, let me show my Merc's gear. He's using Artisan's Great Helm, so he can hold up some of the other gear he has. This is the armor I gave him. It's got like just a shit ton of defense. I obviously can't use treachery. And then this is the pole arm that I actually went to Larzik and purchased. Cruel Great Pole Axe of Slaying. It's got 220% ED. It's obviously an elite base item, and it's got 5 max damage. And then I socketed it. I was hoping for 2 sockets so I could double am it, or like double shale it, or whatever. That would have been super fucking cool. But, I mean, I'll settle for a Cruel Great Pole Axe of Slaying with 7% ED, or 7% life leech. And, yeah, like, in terms of, seriously. Why am I still frozen? Okay, well, my Merc's pretty good right now, so that's nice at least. So yeah, there's a couple of things to note about my Barb. Obviously, as you can see, he's running out of... Okay, well, he's all out. Yeah, he runs out of jabs pretty quickly. Obviously, that's one of the drawbacks. Oh yeah, and then I have these on Switch too. I remember now. Whenever these Ghost Glaives run out, I'm supposed to switch it out for Ferocious Ghost Glaive of Frost, and then afterwards I would replace that with Eagle Stake, the Ghost Glaive, because I have 200 Winged Knives, but meanwhile I only have 75 Ghost Glaives, and these Ghost Glaives are fucking strong. Like, they hit for like 200% ED, or well, they have 200% ED on them, and you know, I got these which are like 300% ED, and honestly, it's been good. Like, I've really enjoyed this character. I've enjoyed playing around with it, having fun with it. I kind of have an idea as to what improvements I would need to make if I wanted to keep the ball rolling and grow this character, but all in all, it's been a blast. Making this character was a blast. I feel like I learned a lot using, you know, taking advantage of weapon switch glitch, trying to see what things I'm strong enough to farm or not farm, you know, being clever or creative in kind of like what gear I should use, since I can't just go, you know, Tal Eth into stealth or anything like that, or build a Tretch for IAS, that kind of stuff. So yeah, overall, pretty happy with how the Barb turned out. It is truly a shame that I wasn't able to have Ko or Marlies or Instant D's join me for this race, as you know, and commit as hard as they, well, as they wanted to. But at the same time, I feel like overall in this season, I got a chance to learn a lot, and yeah, like, it was just a lot of fun building this character. And then for the Hammerdin, I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but I now want to talk about the gear that I was using. I'm going to go over my gear pretty quickly and talk a little bit about the yeah, I kind of want to talk a little bit about, like, the kind of progression of gear that led up to this point. Well, actually, I should probably talk about the gear I'm wearing, and that my Merc's wearing, and then I'll talk about kind of like how I got to this point. Okay, so Ghost Glaive, like, okay, I already showed my Merc's armor. There's not really much to see there, but my gear is this rare Ghost Glaive, 198% ED. I got these by finding white Ghost Glaives on the ground and then popping an imbue quest on them, and they happen to roll 200 ED. That's where I got that from. I found, I purchased these Ghost Glaives from Anya, I believe, and I don't remember what level I had to be for this, though. There's a calculator if you guys are curious for that, but anyway, and I got these by crafting. I remember I was like, you know, trying to figure out all sorts of ways to get Ghost Glaives, and I think I found like these shitty rare Ghost Glaives, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna just, you know, use the cube recipe and see what I can get out of it, and then this is what I ended up with, which isn't bad, 94% ED, I'll take it, but certainly the highlight is the Hailstone Bar, and you can also follow it up with the Cruel Winged Knife of Carnage. Now, big shout out to ZZZ, he was the one who gave a lot of the information for how to build this character. However, yeah, one of the interesting details that neither of us knew about was that Cruel Winged Knives, you can actually purchase, I think it doesn't matter what your character, like, a lot of the gear, or a lot of the items that are sold by vendors are kind of dependent on your level. And Cruel Winged Knife is not actually dependent on level from what we learned. Like, you could be level 1 and I think wing knives can still show up, and you can get cruel modifier on them. That's what it was, I think, cruel modifier. Like, there's some items that the cruel modifier will only show up after a certain level, but yeah, in this case, it showed up on wing knife even though I was like level like 50 or 60, and that really carried me through from like level 60 to 70 something. And boy, oh boy, what a blast this character has been to play. Grinding out to level 73 itself felt like a bit of an achievement, if I'm being completely honest, looking back at it. And the gear that I'm using is unique to this character. Like, you wouldn't, you know, it's a lot of other characters, if you're using set unique rune words or whatever, you're gonna end up with the same items. But in this case, that's badass. It seems like you had a fun time. Yo, I had a blast playing this character, and then I had a blast playing with the Hammerdin. And I'm gonna get to the Hammerdin in a bit because I have a demo that I would like to showcase for you guys. Something cool that I decided to try out. But anyway, so let's take a step back now. Let me show the rest of the gear. So I went over my weapons. I made it a point to craft an amulet like ASAP. Now, it was a journey getting the crafting mats necessary to build this, to like craft this amulet. But man, was it worth it. Look at this. Look at this beast. 10% faster run walk. Guys, there are only 2 sources of faster run walk, I think, that I can get from my gear, since I can't use like set unique and rune words. And that's boots and amulet. The boots, I had the 40 fast run walk and 32 cold res, so a little bit of res, but the 40 fast run walk was the big thing. That was the first set of boots I found with the 40 fast run walk and res, so that's what I stuck with. This, well, obviously, tri-res rare boots would have been the GOAT, but, or even dual res, but that's a little too much to ask for. Anyway, this amulet, okay? This amulet, on the surface, it has fast run walk. Already, that's amazing. That's fucking fantastic. But it also has max damage, attack rating, life stolen per hit, and 47 life. Dude, this amulet is like low-key pretty GOAT. Yeah, I must say, I was very happy with this amulet craft, and I knew that this was going to be like an item that I was going to be keeping. I made the effort to try to like collect as many P diamonds as I could from various sources, Andy, Trav, Heldrich spamming, and then I cubed them up, and then I found like a 4-socket jeweler's armor, or ancient armor. It was the first 4-socket armor I could really find. And ideally I wanted to get like jeweler's ancient armor of the whale or something like that, but I felt like that would take way too long. Way too much expectation on that one, so I settled for this. And why would I make something like this? It's because I wanted to get like an extra 400 attack rating, which is then multiplied by some of the other bonuses, because I obviously don't have access to like Angelic Ring and Ami, because if I'd had those, then yeah, absolutely I'd throw those on and get like a shit ton of attack rating. 69 to 75% doesn't seem like a huge boost, but that's strictly because my level is so low compared to the things that I'm fighting. If I were like level 80, 85, whatever, this would actually be, I would argue, a very nice bonus, since that this would be like the difference between like 85% chance to like maybe 90% chance at high levels or some shit, which is like, you know, I'd be missing like 30, like a third of the time less, for example, right? That's which would have been really nice. But anyway, yeah, so that's the story behind this armor. Helm, again, took me a while to farm the crafting mats, but I finally built it. Life stolen per hit's a given. Deadly strike as well. 10% deadly strike is yeah, obviously that's the big thing that I was gunning for, and that's what I got. So really happy about that. Okay, cool. Moving on. Yes, again, crafted. Crafted gloves that give knockback and life stolen per hit and MF and cold res. What a combo. I believe that the crafted gloves always roll with the life stolen per hit and knockback. The life stolen per hit roll is pretty low if I recall correctly, but again, like added up to everything else, I have 14% life leech right now, which is not bad. And obviously knockback as well. Knockback is huge. Knockback was night and day difference. Like when I had knockback, I really kept the monsters at bay away from me, just stun locked, and you know it was much safer as soon as I got these gloves. And of course the 30% cold res is icing on the cake, and on top of that I also have 22% MF. Wow, that's like almost all of my MF. So and the other chunk is this magic small charm right here, which gives 6%. So really this is the only piece of MF on my gear, really. It's yeah, a good set of gloves. I really can't complain. You don't need any life leech if you don't let yourself get hit. That's true, but sometimes some monsters slip through between the cracks, or you're fighting like, oh, I don't know, Hephaestus the armor when you're trying to run your forge, which I never actually was able to do because I'm not high enough level, and yeah, Hephaestus is just a beast. I don't know how else to put it. Okay, so yeah, that's my gloves. What's next? Belt. Okay, yeah, belt. Honestly, there's tons of work that could be done there on that belt. I was aiming to try to craft another belt, like 12%, like 12 strength belt. That's nothing. Like honestly, I'm. Oh, you know what? I'm probably wearing this specifically so I can hold up some of my gear. In the event that later I level up and then I went to go shop and then, actually look for a better set of glaives to roll with. No, we're not running Forge today. No, that is a hard no, because I love hanging out with you guys, and I wanted to, I'd love to do a long stream, but I gotta go, like, right after. I just wanted to kind of, like, fill you guys in on what I've been up to, and kind of, like, yeah, like, where I left off this season, because this is gonna be the one stream that I think I'm gonna be able to do for some time. By the way, Hom, yeah, sorry, I didn't mention anything about today's stream, because, well, I mean, I don't really think I need an explanation, but yeah, it's definitely not like, it's definitely not like I was, like, trying to hide it or anything. That was not, yeah, it was just, like, I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, my weekend, I'm probably going to be streaming today, like, on Sunday, but I didn't really know for sure when, or, yeah, I didn't know when I'd be free for that, I guess. This is the bottom line. That's a good question. Hey, Eric, sorry to leave you hanging here. I will respond to your questions because you've been waiting so patiently, and then I will be more than happy to move on to the next thing. Oh, let me actually finish my jewelry. I just realized that I totally forgot to go over my rings. But I mean, there's not really much to see here. It's just this ring gives a fair bit of mana, a little handy. Minimum damage, I mean, why not? Fire res, poison res. No, and half freeze duration. Again, like, one of the, looking back at this character now, a month later, I have a newfound appreciation for this challenge, because there was there's no pressure to, like, get specific. Like, I think I talked to Hom about this. Hom brought this up, and he's right, actually, now that I'm, like, looking back. Hom said that there's no pressure to, like, look for these, like, specific items to finish out, or to round out a build. I'm not looking for, like, Death's Web, or, like, well, for this character, it'd be, like, War Striker or Lacerator or something like that. No, this character, the beauty of this character is the gear that I'm using, like, there's a set challenge, and anything works, and everything is just improvements, right? Like, obviously, the gear that I have works really well, but, how cool would it be if I had, like, 300% ED Ghost Glaives, or they're ethereal, or, like, I had Jeweler's Armor of the Whale, or, like, these rare rings. This rare ring that I'm using is attack rating, life stolen per hit, which is great, but I found another ring on my, well, I mean, oh, and all of this gear is solo self-found, too. It was supposed to be group self-found, but, obviously the other, well, none of the others were able to build their barbs, so really it turned into a solo self-found. This is a solo self-found character after I made it to, like, level 60, essentially. 61, I think, even, because I had to run Ancients. But you guys get the point. Like, actually, no, I actually don't think I've done Ancients, have I? Yeah, I actually haven't even done Ancients on this character. I was saving Ancients for later, because it's not like I'm going to be running Bales anyway, so, like, yeah, really, this character, I'm really happy with how it turned out. On my Paladin, what I was trying to say is I had a ring, 7% life stolen per hit, 100 attack rating. But obviously, I mean, I earned that on my Hammerdin and not my Barb. Hobo gear builds are the funniest, no joke. Yeah, I love that about this game. The most enjoyment I get out of the game, for sure, is when you have a character and you're trying to make it work, right? Once you have the character working, like it's kind of like, will it blend in a way, right? Like, you throw a bunch of shit together and you just hope it sticks together in like a good way. But anyway, yeah. Another possibility for this ring that could have been nice, just briefly mentioning it, could have been a rare ring that also had life stolen per hit, possibly a bit of attack rating, and half freeze duration as well. Obviously, cannot be frozen on any piece of my equipment unless I socketed it socketed one of my, my helm, my armor, my shield, and I stuffed Cham rune in it. Well, I don't have a shield, but you guys get the point. Like, I'd have to put a Cham somewhere, probably in my hat. Yeah, so honestly, as far as progression is concerned, or item progression, there's not really much to say. Like, again, I was just looking for craft. That's the funny thing. Since this character was so self-found, I spent most of the time trying to farm crafting mats on a throw barb. Yeah, most of my gear is crafted or shopped, or yeah, like wing knife and plated belt were shopped. This jeweler's ancient armor protection was shopped. The P diamonds obviously came from like me collecting, and these were shopped. Found this, who knows where, and this again, probably it was either dropped or maybe one of my quest rewards. I don't know. And along the way, a lot of the equipment I was using, I purchased from Anya, just shopping for like weapons. First weapons are obviously the most important for this character. All in all, quite a blast. And then of course more crafted items that I got to play around with in the past. But now, yeah, I mean that's basically it. Oh, one other thing, on Switch I also had 3 Warcries glaives. I don't really think that needs explanation. Obviously it's to boost the shit out of my battle orders. Yeah. Hold on a second. There you go, 80% battle orders, which brings you up to a little over 1,000 health, which is more than enough to handle Heldritch. So there you guys go. I don't really think there's much else to say about this character. I can go over the stats real quick. A lot of, like, some points into strength. Here, let me see. What is giving me strength right now? It's the belt. Ah, that was, okay, so there we go. That's why I have this belt. I left just enough that I can't wear the Ghost Glaive unless I'm using something else that gives me strength. Yeah, like this belt. Which, by the way, this belt was like okay. It gave like open wounds and strength and life and FHR and 1% life stolen per hits. Like not great, but I mean it's something. But the reason why I didn't use this, well. But I think one of the drawbacks of that belt is I built it in a like a shitty belt with only 3 rows, and I can't upgrade it, I don't think. So anyway, that's a little unfortunate, but you guys get the idea. So yeah, that's kind of why I have the belt that I'm rocking. But the reason why I left my strength at 88 is because in the future, if I ever want to shop for more Ghost Glaives on this character, because again, this is a self-contained character, no tokens of absolution. Unless I could farm it myself, and I only used the socket quests that were available on this character, so I was very stingy with those. Yeah, I was very stingy. Like the only thing that I socketed even I think was this, which makes a lot of sense. The rest of my gear I didn't really need to socket it. I shopped for this armor. I didn't even bother, like this is a temp, so I didn't even bother trying to socket that. And then these are, throwing items are not socketables. So that's that. Strength, Dex, Vit. Yeah, I left strength just low enough that I wasn't able to pick up, or like if I go to the shop, it's much easier to find Ghost Glaives because they, if it's a Ghost Glaive, it's going to be red rather than like, I think the 1 tier down is like Spiculum or whatever. Yeah, obviously, Spiculum has a much lower strength requirement, and I think the initial one is Glaive. Not Ghost Glaive, not Spiculum, but just regular Glaive. That, obviously, yeah, the regular Glaive and Spiculum have a much higher strength requirement, or much lower strength requirement, and so this made it a lot easier to find just Ghost Glaives alone. And then of course energy. I don't think I put any points into energy. I left the rest of my stat points remaining as kind of like a buffer in case I needed to allocate them into something at some point. Like if I find like 300 ED Ghost Glaives lying around in shop, then yeah, absolutely a hard commit, and I dump all my points into strength or dex or whatever. That would have been the plan. The skills, obviously bash, leap attack for mobility, and then frenzy because I was playtesting, and then of course double swing and double throw are max because, well, they're synergies of they're synergies and my main skill. Throwing mastery, yeah, obviously, and 1-point wonders, and then the rest of the points obviously into the Warcry category. 1-point wonders except for battle orders, which I was trying to max out, but obviously need like 10 more levels. And did I even do the skill quests? Yeah, I did actually do the skill quests, I think. So there you guys go. That's basically where my Barb is left off. You guys saw my Eldritch run, you guys saw the gear that I'm using. This is my Barb showcase. I wish I could have done the Barb showcase for Marlies and Incendies and Co. and shown you guys oh, we had an acronym for it. SSF McRob? Oh yeah, I remember it! Yo, it was SSF McRob! That was the name. Yo, I was dying when I heard that one. ZZZ came up with it, I think. Fucking called it SSF McRob. Solo self found, magic crafted, rare only barbarian, guys. SSF like, yeah, for me, I'm gonna throw SSF McRob, but other people could have produced like a whirlwind SSF McRob, a frenzy SSF McRob, a leap attack SSF McRob. Yo, imagine Co with a leap attack Barb. He was saying that he like, oh that shit's, oh man, he was saying in the past that that character just, oof. Anyway, that's for you guys to ask Co if he ever comes back. Eric, are you still here? If you're still here, I will respond to you before I get to the Hammerdin, and then that will be basically the end of my stream. Yeah. So that's that. That is the end for the Barb, and I wanted to actually show you guys a brief little demo before I probably end up calling it. Yeah, because again, this is the last time I'm gonna be able. I know, like, I promised you guys a stream a couple weeks ago, or like a month ago, well, over a month ago even, and it never actually ended up happening because I really didn't see a point in trying to do the stream for a Barb showcase if like no one else is like working on their Barbs. So that's why I didn't bother. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna give it some time, and if they like buff up their characters, then great. I can do a stream, and then I can showcase my Barb, and then showcase their Barbs, and talk a lot about the Barbs, and compare, and have some fun with that, and see what the best item that we came up with is. I had so many cool plans for it. I was like hyping it up, and I feel kind of bad about it. And it's not like I'm trying to like pin the blame on them. I'm just saying, like, this was supposed to be like a very cool, fun group activity. I would say that. It kind of inspired me to like come up with other like mini games like this in the future though, but I'll tell you guys my plans for next season. You're waiting, okay, excellent. It's okay, we never believe your promises anymore. Okay, well I love you too, Hum3 Watcher. I mean, you know me all too well, I'm afraid. I mean, I appreciate that you guys, I don't know if Wrath is still around, if everybody else is still around, but you guys hang out even though you know that I'm not always consistently doing my streams and whatnot, and I appreciate it. I really do. I like that I can just do my stream whenever I want. It's nice and chill. It's always refreshing seeing people like Marahum and Eric, because yeah, no, it's just great. Like, it's like I haven't seen you guys. It feels like I haven't seen you guys forever every time I stream, and it's like I never, yeah, I don't have a regular schedule for it, but in a way, it's kind of like it's way more relaxing for me that way. But anyways. November 4th or 11th. I'm not gonna lie to you, that actually might be the case. Yeah, that actually very well might be the case. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm gonna be playing this season, yo. I have things to do come September, but I definitely will be back in November. And this leads me to the question. Eric says he's still here, so this is perfect. This allows me to answer one of the questions that he had before. Eric was asking, what are your plans for the next season? Next season, I'm going to be playing, okay, so this is what I had in mind, okay? And I can't make any promises on this one, but this is a preliminary idea. I am not, like, this season, I was inspired to, like, make... Did I run 2 characters? Yeah, I ran 2 characters. Who else ran 2 characters with me? I think the others also ran 2 like one Barb each, right? Like I was playing with like Marlies and that. It was me, Marlies, and Incendies, and then I think Co and Muse joined in, if I remember right. But myself, Marlies, and Incendies all rocked 2 characters. One was a Barb and one was something else. And obviously the Barbs. Well, I mean, that kind of inspired me. Next season, I'm thinking that I want to play with someone else for the beginning of the season. That's really it. Bottom line, like just straight up. I'm gonna like here's how I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay, so I'm thinking this is just nothing written in stone, just theory crafting. Seth. I don't think he's around right now. Green Cable. You guys have seen him around. He's an OG. He's been around a long time. One of my first ever viewers. Love that guy. He's great. Well, him and I were like playing together at the start of the season, and I had an idea. The thought occurred to me. I'm like, well, one of the things I've wanted to do for a while is to actually do a two-man ladder reset, because usually, well, not like, okay, there's a couple ways to approach this two-man strat, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But, you know, every season that I play, it's always about me. It's always about me making one character, or maybe making like, let's say, like my Poison Necro, and then like trying to like buff it up with Barb and have other characters who can support him if necessary. That's kind of what most, and like an enchanter for like people on Slash. But I had this really cool idea that I really wanted to try out and show you guys. Hey, speak of the devil and he shall arrive. I was just talking shit about you. Anyway, yeah, I was telling people, because Eric was asking what my plan was. Two-man, one ladder, he says, sorry, I had to. Hey, that's pretty good. I'll admit, that was a pretty good one. I didn't expect that. I was telling people, like, next season, yeah, you and I, Seth, are going to be playing, I mean, assuming that we're both free, I should be, we're going to do a two-man ladder reset. It's going to be Seth and me, and we're going to have sexy time. It's going to be glorious. Like, how are we going to do this? So, you know, he's planning to make, there's a couple ways to do this. We can do 4 boxes each, and then do like a 2-8. Or we could do like, we have one character each, and then we play with like 6 other people, like we usually do, right? But you know what? Honestly, we decided, or we were thinking also about a possible like compromise, where we play with other people, but each of us rock 2 boxes. That was a pretty cool setup that we had in mind. So this is kind of what we have in mind right now that we're prepping out. Do you know what Dillos and Tofu have in common? I don't know. They're both soft. What? But anyway, both are meat replacement products. You're really throwing this at me. You do word vomit, Eric, and then you're like, you're really trying to get me to laugh at some of these jokes at the same time. I'm trying to answer. Anyway, I'm gonna be here forever with you around. You know that? You're just gonna nonstop throw me things to talk about. But anyway, look, 2 men, 1 ladder reset. Yeah, that's the idea. Both him and I, Seth and myself, are gonna try to run 2 characters. I know what I'm gonna run. I'm not gonna reveal it. Seth knows what he's running. I'll maybe talk about what we're running next time. I'm gonna leave that as a surprise at least. But yeah, we want to have like 2 characters each at a bare minimum, and then yeah, the goal will be to try and grind out XP early ladder, because there's a little strat I wanted to try for like gaining XP super quickly, because at this season. I took a look at the ladder, day 1, or end of day 1, everyone was like sub level 80 or some shit, like sub level 85, and I'm like, dude, honestly, when ZZZ played with, I think his name was Notchen? Or I don't know how to say it. It was like Nachtchen. That guy and him, like, were playing like Players 8, freaking going ham, like sweating it out, and they had, how did it go? Doesn't sound well, or it might just be me. What do you mean that doesn't sound well? That didn't sound well. Yeah. But yeah, like, they got to like level 90, I think. I was actually asking ZZ about it before. I think they got to level 90 within the first day. What character you want to go with the next ladder? Like I said, I will leave that as a surprise for now. I have a very strong idea as to what I would want to play. And part of this is also dependent on what Seth wanted to play. And to be honest, I actually wanted to play... I had an idea. Well, this is what, like, this probably would have been the class I would have ended up playing this season anyway, if I weren't doing the Barb showcase. But I kind of like postponed that because everyone, like Marlee's Coaster and Incities, were so hyped about this, this Barb only idea, fresh off the heels of D2R's release. So that's kind of what happened. Do we know when ladder reset is? No, not yet. It's probably going to be 2 months from now, though. Holm was saying, we'll see you, I guess, November 4th or 11th. Oh, gee. I just hope that the Slashdiablo ladder reset doesn't coincide with when the, Modern Warfare 2 gets released, because I'm probably going to get that and give that a try at least. So anyway, let's take a step back and read through the rest of what Eric was saying, and then I'm going to do a little demo with my Hammerdin, and I'm going to call it a day because I got a jet like at like 1:30. Yeah, welcome D2D2. Happy to see you streaming again. Eric was saying, I played as a Poison Necro throughout the game this weekend. Mostly self-found, with an exception of putting a triangle set on him at the beginning of Hell, because I found the set. Oh wow, awesome. Yo, that's awesome. And the results were were surprising. The damage on Poison Nova held up pretty well throughout the game. I really had no issues with Poison immunities. Yeah! Yo, Poison Necro is fucking GOAT, dude. Are you kidding me? There's a reason why Poison Necro is one of my favorite characters. It's just a fun character, for sure. To make it 11-4, 11-11 will be tough. Oh, gee. Well, who knows? Maybe they'll choose 11-11 just for Remembrance Day or some shit. I don't know. But, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know what their plan is. And I don't mind either way. I just hope that they'll do it sometime when I'm going to be around. Yeah, really had no issues with poison immunities. I put 1 point into every summoning skill but Fire Golem, and they handled the necessary to kill poison immunes pretty well. Okay, excellent. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, no, that's the thing about Necros. You just 1 point wonders all around, man. I'm telling you, Revive, you just need 1 point. Curse is 1 point. Obviously, PNB, CE needs 1 point, but everything else, I guess, technically would need a lot more than that. Eric was saying boss fights were fucking hilarious. Summons, Crushing Blow, and Decret made them look weak. Guess what? That's what Necro does. Yes, exactly. That is exactly how a Necro operates for sure. The only real struggle is that, yeah, you need to prep those summons if that's what you're trying to do. And also you need to get... oh yeah, I remember now. On higher players counts, yeah, they're a lot more gear dependent. Like to clear it quickly, like yeah, you go in freaking players 8 into something, it's gonna take a while for your monsters to kill, your skeletons to kill shit. But they'll do it eventually, of course. Unless you have like great gear, then yeah, they'll kill shit super fast. And one other thing I was gonna mention too, that was that one of the future build concepts I have in mind is is going to be D2D2's personal hybrid Mancer. That's definitely something which I want to explore in a future season. It's been on the backlog for a really long time, and yeah, I've been saving it for a rainy season, let's just say. Never mind, it's October 28th. Well, yeah, just watch as Slash releases at the same time. Oh, that'd be painful. In NM, he found G-Face for Necro and Homunculus on the way to Mephisto, and while leveling up to... Okay, so... G-Face for Necro and Homunculus on the way to Mephisto, and while leveling up to 80 in the pits, he found an SOJ. Hot damn, okay. Slightly above 5k damage did me just well. Whoa. I find these results astonishing. Poison, Necro, and Triangle set just became my favorites in builds and sets, for builds and sets respectively. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. So Poison Necro is now your favorite build? Damn, hey look, I'm glad that you feel that way. I almost feel like I was able to convert you, but I didn't do shit. But, I mean, I myself am a big fan of Poison Necros. I'm part of the Poison Necro cult, so the fact that you say these things is kind of awesome. Overall, the only drawback is the difficulty of squeezing MF somewhere. My Necro runs just 121 MF at the moment, and it seems like I won't get any more anytime soon. I mean, I guess so. Another upside to playing as a Necro is unless you're going boner, their damage output isn't super dependent on FCR, especially pre-Enigma. Yeah. Because, like, yeah, one of the reasons why I was okay running 55 or 50 FCR Poison Necro is because, yeah, like, you know, if I just max out DMGs, then yeah, like, then it doesn't really impact too much in terms of cast speed, because all you need to do is pop one Nova. It's not like they stack, right? So, you know, just to kind of give you some inspiration as to how you can boost your MF. Boots could be MF. Helm, Shaco, of course, is perfectly fine. Armor could be Skulders, and your inventory, you could be using Geeds. And well, okay, no, gloves is for sure going to be Trang gloves. There's no question about that. End of discussion. Rings could be MF, because again, like, you can afford to, well, if you have summons and you're throwing poison, then you can afford to, like, have these rings that have MF or whatever. Anyway, you get the idea. you don't need any. Yeah. So, what are your plans for next season? I answered that. Waiting. I was about to join next lottery set, then I realized I have theory exams at the time it kicks off. I'm so sorry to hear that, but you will be able to witness me and Seth in action. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I have a pretty well thought out plan as to what I want to do for next season. I'm pretty hyped for it. I want to have a chance to play with Seth, aka Green Cable, but I also want to. I have some ideas as to what I can do solo too, so I'm super stoked for it. I'm really hyped, and I'm really looking forward to showing you guys what I have in store for all of you. Okay, so that's my plan. Home3 Watcher was saying, will you create an M2W or MW2 Twitch account for new game streaming? You know, I haven't really thought about it. Not about like, okay, making a brand new Twitch account just for this is off the table, but I'm like, is this something I would even want to consider streaming? Because one of the things about this channel is that I'm not like, originally I didn't want to like I didn't want to feel like I was like locked into, well, I mean, it's ironic because I'm known as D2D2, which was supposed to be for you know, Dota 2 and Diablo 2, but you know, I would have been perfectly fine like playing other games as well, just, you know, branching out just for shits and giggles. So the idea of running through the, you know, campaign when it comes out sounds super tempting. I just found out that they released some campaign gameplay footage today, so that kind of hyped me up. I'm looking at the graphics; they just seem beautifully crisp. If nothing else, getting the campaign should at least be fun to you know, to play around with. But in terms of like enjoyment, I don't know if I'm better off playing that game by myself, or who knows, maybe it's gonna be just a dog shit game that I just don't want to like get my hands on, or yeah, maybe I want to enjoy it by myself, or with my friends or whatever. I have no idea. And G-Face for Merc and Homunky for Necro. Okay, that makes more sense. MW2X, MW2X, yeah. Eric was saying I was skeptical about going poison because so many things are poison immune, but he did exceptionally well, I must say. But luck contributed a bit here, but still it was hella fun. Hey man, that's all part of the game, and it's destiny too. I remember my first ever poison necro, my luck was absolutely atrocious, completely abysmal. My second poison necro was, you know, it was the original season of D2D2, as people in my chat would say it, because yeah, I was pretty rich that one. And then I topped it only when I reached the Druid season. But granted, I played like the Druid for the entire season, and I was farming together with Dewscrim like night after night. And then I topped that season when I played the 200 FCR Nova Ball Sorceress, which is my proudest creation in this game, of course. Yeah, no, that is my proudest creation for sure. Eric says I want to keep Trang set on though; it's amazing. Trang set. Armor, shield, gloves, belt, and helm, I believe, right? Well, there might be one way to keep it on if you want, if you really, really want. Yeah, that might be a little too much. D-Web, I don't know. There's a lot I could say about that. Obviously, full Trang set is just not, I would say it's mostly practical. Not impractical, but it's going to be like largely inferior, especially if you end up in vampire form. All your spellcasts are going to be much slower. However, I want to show you something real quick. Because like this, okay, I'll talk a bit about this in a second, and I'll kind of go back to this. Remind me if I don't. But I had this issue with my Paladin where... Anyway, I'll show you my Hammerdin in a second. I want to talk about something. Let me step back to some of the others. Home3 Watcher saying apologies. Okay, no, I answered that. D2MW2, yeah. Hey, Zivko. Hello, Merge. Missed the notification. Guys, hello to both of you. Hey, appreciate you guys stopping by. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm only going to be here for another 5-10 minutes tops, and then I got to go. This is a super short stream, but I wanted to take the time to kind of inform you guys what I've been up to lately, and kind of like, I did my Barb showcase. If you guys want to kind of see what I've been up to, feel free to pull up the VOD for this this stream and watch from the very beginning. This is going to be like, yeah, I've been talking the last 50 or so minutes, just talking about like what my character, how my character has ended up and whatnot. So that's basically the idea. D2 missed the note. Yeah, so how are you guys doing? I hope you guys have been well. I'm about to do a little demo for my Hammerdin and kind of showcase how I've built it and had some thoughts on it that I wanted to share, and this is actually going to be relevant to what Eric was talking about. Also, Naraham was saying I've been playing a bunch of Factorio and Tunic lately. Oh wow, that's awesome. Trying my hand at completing a bucket list of beating every game I've ever once owned. Wow, that is quite an undertaking for sure. Frankly, I haven't had that much time to like game in terms of like D2 or even like, yeah, no, just in terms of D2. Like, the brief period of time I get for D2 is when I'm like watching shows and I like, you know, I'm like home and I have some free time to myself where I can actually watch shows and just have some D2 in the background farming while I watch shows. That for me is like one of the nicest, coolest ways to just chill out and relax. That's like my zen. You guys know that? Like, you guys ever feel that where, you know, you have like a long week and you're just like, fuck, I've been out all the time and I just need to like wind down and relax. Yeah, that's my favorite combination. A nice show, some D2, and maybe like, well, me personally, I love having just like a nice can of Coke with all of that. None of the hard shit. Just something smooth, you know. Anyway, you guys get the idea. But yeah, good for you, the Marahum. I'm glad that you've been enjoying yourself playing games lately that you've wanted to play. I haven't been able to, you know, play a lot of the games that I would, well, usually want to play. Mostly just D2, but yeah, I'm hoping that maybe, who knows, maybe in the future I'll I'll be able to do that more. Okay, so I would like to show you guys my Hammerdin. Alright, I gotta get back to work. Okay, sounds good. I'm not gonna be here for that much longer. I'm probably gonna be here for another 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, just gonna demo this character, and I'm gonna call it. This was a fun hour. Okay, so, yeah, it was. It was good seeing you and everybody else again. Appreciate y'all hanging out, and I will see you around. Probably, well, you know when the next time I'll see you will be. So, yeah. So have a good one. Yeah, enjoy your work. Rest of you guys, I just want to kind of briefly go over my gear. I self-found a Whiz Spike. I think I I traded for Skin of the Viper Magi. Spirit Shield, obviously. 2 to combat skills amulet that I honestly kind of want to replace for FCR ring or FCR amulet. Anyway, whatever. So, hold on, I just realized something, 80%, yeah, I should be okay. Is this GS1 or GS4? GS4, okay, good. Alright, so we're set. So, I have Mage Fists, String of Ears, Tear Haunches, you know, most of my gear hasn't changed, but I have, I think I self-found this Dwarf Star. I paid, or I begged for a Dwarf Star from somebody else yesterday, Barcode, I believe, and he gave it to me. And then I think I found this. This is, honestly, this item right here, I want to share this, share something with you guys, okay? This item right here is the single most interesting item on this character for me. Actually, this item alone makes me want to play this character, this Hammerdin. And let me explain. As you guys know, Hammerdins are... Ah, whoops, I fat-fingered a full rejuve. But anyway, like, the thing about Hammerdins is that they're very dependent on their positioning, right? They need teleport to put themselves in like the middle of a pack of monsters, and usually a lot of people will do this with Nagistaff. But the problem with Nagistaff is you leave yourself very vulnerable just for like a very brief second when you're like switching between your Nages or your teleport staff to your like main hand where you have your shield. But here's the thing, with this helmet, I can have my cake and eat it. What I mean by this is that I can actually still have my shield up and not risk dying as long as I have the teleport charges on my hat. And it's like a pretty cool alternative to Enigma. Unlike amulets, these like Corona charges don't cost an arm and a leg to repair. Not as cheap as as Nagistaff, but still decent. Still not like, you know, 30k per charge. Yeah, it's 3k as opposed to I think like 2k, but you know what, like whatever, right? This does its job, and I'm going to show you guys kind of like just to kind of give you an idea of what I can do with this. Actually, you know what, no, I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to go straight to the goods. So I showed you guys a Heldritch run there. Yeah, I'm going to go to City of the Damned. I'm going to repop Holy Shield, and I'm going to do River of Flame. This is my run now, okay? I'm going to show you guys kind of how my run looks when I'm just playing on my off time. I was spamming like Heldritch non-stop the last little while because, you know, like if I want to like really just chill out and like listen to some music or watch a show while I play, then I spam Heldritch runs because it's mindless and I'm never really at any real risk of dying, regardless of whether I pop for Jews or whatever, right? But the problem with Heldritch too is I kind of hit like the upper ceiling. Like I'm already level 87, and he doesn't really give very good XP. Yeah, he doesn't give very good XP at this level. Like in the earlier levels, he's okay, but well, I mean, I would even say good. Maybe I'll do that one in the future, but you guys got the idea. Like it's pretty solid, but after like you reach like level 86, 87ish, it really starts to slow down. So I was like looking, I turned my attention towards Chaos, and I'm like, okay, well, it's about time that I start running Chaos. But one of the things I don't really like about running Chaos is that, oh wow, my merge actually died. The thing about actually running Chaos is that, well, I'll actually show you in a second. Did you explain other builds this hour? Yes, I did, Merge. I talked about how my... What was that guy called? How my Barb turned out earlier. That's what I was talking about with the others. Yeah. Yeah, I spent last half hour talking about my Barb. Now I'm talking about my Hammerdin, because I actually put a lot of effort into building this Hammerdin. I wouldn't say a lot of effort, but, you know, a lot of on and off effort, and I'd like to be able to share this with you guys. So, you know, I went through River Flame, I killed most of the champ packs, you saw it was nice and smooth. Yeah, like, ideally, I was kind of thinking of even having Hawes, but then I'd be short a lot of F-Zero. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. Yeah, you see I'm like at Chaos now, there were no champ packs in River Flame. Okay, so here's where things get a little bit iffy. Like, this spot right here has a lot of good open space. However, the problem with this, the problem with Chaos is, like, there's, like, small pockets of, like, small, narrow corridors where my hammers aren't very good. Yeah, small, narrow corridors where my hammers aren't good, and I don't like that. There's, like, small locations where the way hammers work don't really work in my favor. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. Okay, I'm on charges right now, but that's because I was using it for River Flame and Chaos Sanctuary. Anyway, but yeah, so I found a different way to kind of like get over that, kind of like circumvent that flaw, and I'm actually going to demonstrate it to you guys in a second. I'm just going to finish killing this pack, and I'm going to do, like, I showed you guys a river run. I actually really like the river runs, river flame runs, or whatever, but I want to actually show you guys this is going to be my last run that I'm going to show you guys in a second, but I'm going to show you guys a new run that I invented that I'm pretty proud of because I've been having a lot of fun with it. And yeah, I'd love to be able to demo it to you guys. So this is the other reason why I did today's stream. So here you guys go, okay? I call this, here, I'm going to show it to you guys and I have a name for it. So I start off, go to, okay, hold on, let me start from the very beginning. I pop Holy Shield, I go River Flame, I start charging to here, teleport, teleport, teleport. I see a champ pack here, so I'm going to kill it, but I'm going to keep going. Again, this one's a timed run, or else I would have gone to go kill the other ghost pack as well. Yep, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to ignore, I'm going to keep charging up. Teleport, teleport, teleport. If there's no straight line, I just, or if there's a straight line, I'll charge, otherwise, I don't bother. Okay, you guys see? Charging, charging. I'm gonna kill everything this side of things, chaos actually. Okay. I'm gonna demonstrate to you guys. I prefer doing this. I'm gonna let you guys think about what I'm trying to do here, and then I'm gonna actually explain afterwards. Okay? So, give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna pop this seal here. Okay, there we go. Now you can see that these guys are pretty painful. I am definitely at risk of dying, but we still barely got them. That's good. Amulet as well. We're gonna come back to that later. Again, just keep charging. I'm just gonna keep charging. I'm almost out of charges here, but it gives me just enough to put myself in a position to walk over here and kill Infector's souls. Now, as you guys can see, all 3 seal bosses are down, and I'm gonna hit this last seal. Just these 3 quickly. But, or am I gonna pop the seal? Well, as it turns out, here's the idea I came up with. Oh shit. Here's the idea I came up with. Rather than go through the trouble of killing every single monster, I can actually use my teleport staff for 1 pass. There you go. Okay, I was a little slow on clicking it, but now I can kind of head back, charge, look for some items to sell, and then gonna keep going. Diamond mail, that's another good 35k armor. I'm gonna ID these real quick. Again, not very useful. These items are going to sell for quite a bit, and then there's a Gothic plate right over there too. And I'm going to warp over. There's no loot here because I was too slow on hitting that seal. I fat-fingered. Oh, yeah, I zoned out a little. And then finally, it's Big D. And also something I wanted to point out, I did save my level up for this stream too. I really love myself. This level, but funny enough, I don't have enough time to do the 0.5%. So. Yeah, I'll probably just have to level myself in my own time. And that's basically the run. It cost 144,000. It's a two minute. Well, I mean, my record so far has been like just a little over 2 minutes with this setup, and it's pretty cool. When is the next stream? That is a good question. The reason I did a stream today is because this is the last chance I'm going to be able to get I'm going to get to do a stream for the next. Well, for at least about a week and a half, I think. And then after that, I don't know what my schedule is going to be. So, yeah, I don't have any, like, streams planned. I just want to do this one so I can have a chance to catch up with you guys, say hello, and let you guys know kind of what my gear, what my characters are at. Alright, now, let's take one final step back. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to drop the stream because I got to go. Destiny awaits, but... let's see. Yes, I remember what I was going to say. Let's take a step back to Eric. Eric was... So, going to Eric's comment. I want to keep Trang set on, though. It's amazing. Well, here's what I say to that. Well, here... If you're willing to give up a little bit of damage, you could trade out your... Well, I don't know. Okay. The thing I'm kind of curious about is, you said that you want to keep Trang set on, but I don't know what the issue with doing that is. Like, if it's that you lose out on a lot of damage, or if it's because you don't... Yeah, well, why is it that you don't want to use Trang set all the way through? I mean, obviously compared to like a lot of endgame items, it's, you know, Trang set should really be a 10th at the best. Because, you know, obviously your Helm, 3 PNB, 20 FCR, all FCR is, you know, you're really lacking FCR, that's a big thing. But, like, if you really wanted, you could rock some kind of super weird-ass build. Yeah, no, seriously, like, if you had, even D-Web alone should carry you in terms of damage, I think, along with lower res. You could totally use as your amulet, like, an amulet of teleportation, because this Corona doesn't really offer me anything except for teleport charges and a bit of light res, I guess. But the reason why, like, I'm okay to like sub out so much of my, well, I mean, this should be like 3. This should be either a Shaco or like a 3 to Pally combat skills Coronate, and that would be like a huge boost to Blessed Hammers. Yeah, it would be like an extra 1,000 damage at least per hammer, but obviously having these teleport charges for me are way more valuable. I didn't really think of this before, but I've had this rare item, I played around with it, I'm like, yeah, it would be pretty cool in my Hammerdin. And now that I actually tried it out, it's inspired me to actually take advantage of teleport charges and play around with these more in the future. So, Eric, I hope that maybe that gives you an idea, a different idea as to what you can do with your character, because yeah, like, if you want to actually maintain having a Trang set or something, and if you really want to maintain having Trang set, then yeah, there are other sources of damage you can get. Like, it's not going to be as good as like the really endgame items, but, or probably not, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to give up on like Trankset. Like there are ways potentially to make it work. Zivko, last comment from you. I've got some news, by the way. Oh yeah, what's the news? Because after this, I actually gotta go. You're gonna be the last person to message, and then I gotta jet. Very short stream today, but I just want to have a chance to demo you guys this cool idea I had for this Hammerdin that I only recently came up with. Kind of changes the way that I'm going to be playing my Hammerdin in the future for sure. Also, I self-found Wizspike about two nights ago or 3 nights ago, and I've been rocking it ever since, and I have a newfound appreciation for this item. Again, one of the advantages of just playing solo and just you know, chilling through the game. Wizspike is definitely not an item that I really gave much attention to in the past, because you know, why would I? You know, like I have Spirit, but you know, 75 all res, 50 FCR, dude. This is actually so good. Like, it actually frees up so many of my other slots to do shit like this. If you can throw teleport charges, or like, you know, 75 all res means I essentially don't need to like, 75 all res means I don't really need to prioritize having res on my other gear. Although I do like having the this setup, having Skin of the Viper Magi, String of Ears, Double Dwarf Stars, because it provides a massive amount of MDR, plus damage, plus absorption, plus physical damage reduction too. Also, another advantage of having this 50 FCR is if I really want to, I can sub out Spirit for Hawes and get like a lot more damage that way, or like a bit more damage, I guess, while still maintaining like a good amount of FCR, probably like 75 I could achieve, yeah. Because yeah, 50 from here, 20 from here, and then I just need 10 FCR from somewhere else. Actually, I have Skin of the Viper Magi. That's already 100 right there. Skin of the Viper Magi is like nice all-in-one too. So you guys get the idea. Next year, we're gonna have new D2 player. Huh? We're gonna have a new D2 player. Oh, a new D2 player. Like new D2 player, as in like you're having a kid. If so, that's awesome. Congratulations. Merge saying soloing is really cool. Yeah, for sure it is, and I have a lot of fun with it. And yeah, like I don't know. Definitely soloing through the game gives you a newfound appreciation for items, and like, and it actually forces you to use gear that you would not otherwise think up of using. So yeah, definitely worth. I think every D2 player giving at least one try. At least once. Because that's definitely like the most fun that you can have. Well, at least in my eyes anyway. Not everyone's going to agree with that. Zuko's saying yes. Wow, okay, awesome. Well, yeah, dude. I'm happy for you. Like, really. New D2 player in the world. Wow, that's so funny. I like how you're all... The reason why I was confused, like, that's, I mean, I guessed as much based off of the wording. But what I was thinking was... Man, how are you so sure that they're going to be playing D2 right from the get-go, you know? Who knows? It might take them a couple years to get adjusted. And also, who else knows? Like, in 5 years, maybe you might give up on this game for good, or maybe I might give up on this game for good. I don't know. Anything could happen in 5 years. Or in, you know, any number of years. Anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me, though. I gotta jet, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'm gonna give you guys about a minute in case there are any final comments you want to say. Eric, I don't know if you're still around, but again, hopefully those words, like you heard them regarding my plan as to what I wanted to do, or as to like how to get your Trang set, you know, maybe to be like okay. Like I feel like Trang set, as long as you like, especially if you have like, you know, Necrotorch, Annihilus, and an inventory of like skillers, if you can ever make it to that point, then you might be able to get like some damage like that. I don't know. But if you don't have those, then yeah, I don't know how your damage output would look. But honestly, I feel like with full Trang set, at a bare minimum, pits would be okay, and a lot of other areas would be okay. You'd only really struggle with like the massive amount of health that monsters in the Chaos have, really. And even then, that might not even be the case necessarily. Because you also still have Corpse Explosion and summons too, but anyway. Leader Man, always a pleasure. Yeah, likewise. Always nice to have you here. Appreciate the support, Maraham, and everybody else who tuned in today. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye, great stream. Looking forward to the next one. Hopefully it's soon. You can't tease us like this. What do you mean I can't tease you guys like this? I'm sorry. I really, if I knew when I intend to do the next stream, or rather when I was going to commit hard to an next stream, I would tell you for sure. I hope so too, that it's soon. But yeah, like so far this season, this is one of those rare cases where I'm pretty happy with where I've left it off. I've shown you guys my Barb, my in quotes completed Barb, or rather incomplete Barb, because that would have been like a very long work in progress. And I've shown you guys my Hammerdin and a new discovery that I came up with that I'm super happy, like super stoked about, because yeah, like it kind of reshapes the way I'm gonna be playing my Hammerdin in the future for sure. Yeah, no, seriously, like having this like hat with teleport, like and not having to switch, and then like kind of building my runs around that is actually a lot of fun, I must say. Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, likewise to you too, Merge. You have a good one too, guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out and tuning in. Yeah, I hope you guys are well, and hope you guys continue to do well. But otherwise, this is where I'm gonna hop off, and I guess I will talk to you guys later. So, yeah. You guys are great. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Thanks everyone for watching. This is D2D2, signing out.